mm, it's getting cold. So I'm in Texas, and this lady accuses me of theft. Then she accuses me of assaulting her. Absolutely no proof on tape at all, and they do have cameras. So what happened was she told me to get the hell out. I was stealing and this and that. I had a bunch of stuff that I was buying at the time, and there's no shopping cart, and so you have to carry everything. And like I got stuff. I'm literally juggling shit, and so in order, so nobody would think that I was stealing. I took this tape, excuse me, black gorilla tape, big orange thing, uh, you know, packaging, and I put it in my well, the pocket of my hoodie, and I had half of it hanging out, so you could definitely see it was there. Because another reason why it wouldn't fit all the way in is because I had my wallet, my keys, my telephone, my charger. I also had a bunch of lights that I have already, had on my rig, but I needed to come in and match them up and all that other stuff. I also had a big a 25-foot tape measure. I mean, I had a bunch of stuff of my own, you know. Anyways, so I put the tape there, but I had the big blanket under my arm, and I had another set of lights, and I had there's a 12-volt battery adapter. When you stick it into the cigarette lighter, when it comes out, and it has three more cigarette lighters. So I was like, wow. I was like, put one in, now you got three cigarette lighters instead of one. You plug one in, and then now you have three that you can plug into again. So if you had, two or three of these other ones, you could just keep plugging in cigarette lighters. You get 12 volts all day long. Anyway, I had all that in my hands. I had also some permanent marker, big black magic markers. I love magic markers because they just are so useful. But these are the biggest magic markers I ever saw. So I had one of those as well, and then it got, okay, I wanted to get a magnet, a CB magnet. They were $49 or something like that. I mean, they were very expensive. I was like, I started choking when I saw the price. But it's a base for a 13 or 14-foot high CB antenna. No, back in the day when I was growing up, those magnets were super strong, and I want that kind of magnet. They call magnet fishing. So anyway, long story short, I had that as well. And, I had a whole bunch of stuff, and I had one item in my pocket, one that was not paid for, and that was $4.99. And that was for a small thin roll of black gorilla tape, which I was going to use to tape up my vent outside because it got ripped off because I left it open accidentally, and there was so much wind, it just ripped it off. So I needed to tape that up. Anyway, on my way up to the cash register, Butch Dyke bitch from hell, lying bitch, runs out of the office, and I'm not going out the door. Okay, there's an exit door, and then there's a cash register, and I'm past the exit door already. I could have gone out, but I'm on my way up to the cash register, and here she is in front of me, and she goes, "You need to take that stuff out of your pocket," and then blah 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 blah, and then "You're a thief," and this and that. And I went, "What the hell are you talking about?" Because I had been in and out of that building all damn day buying shit. And I wasn't headed out the door. I was headed up to the cash register. I had a whole bunch of stuff on me. And she goes, just put all in there, right there, and just get out. Get out. You thief. You're a thief. And then she said, oh, I'm sorry. The cops are on their way. You're not going anywhere. And she had just ordered me out of the store. Very rudely called me a thief. And so I said, you want this stuff? You want me to buy it? She goes, and I go, you don't even know how much money I have in my wallet. She goes, I don't care how much money you have in your wallet. And I said, I just said, what do you want to know for this? And then I just, she goes, just get out, you know? So, you know, I don't know how, I think I just handed her all the stuff that I had, you know, and including the tape. You know, I think it was $4.99 or $5.99 for a roll of this thin black Gorilla tape. I think it was on like $4.99, which is not even a misdemeanor. And even if I were to have accidentally walked out with it, but I wasn't accidentally walked out with it because I put it there with it all the way hanging out, so she could record it. And so, you know, and just to get, but anyway, she wouldn't take no for an answer. She said, you're a thief, and you ain't leaving here. Cops already been called, and they're on their way. You need to stay here. And she had just ordered me out of the store. Just get out. Go on, just go. Just, I'll take that, and you just go and give me that too, and give me that too. And I'm like, this is my stuff. I already had this stuff. This is my stuff. All the stuff that I was telling you I was carrying in my front, she said I stole from them. The only thing that I had in there that I hadn't paid for from them was that stupid tape. And that was hanging out, so she could see that. And I knew it. And I had all this other stuff, and I didn't have any way to hold everything else. Once I held it in my teeth, I ain't doing that. And so I'm walking up to pay for everything. I was not trying to avoid the pay station and just get out the door. No. I was headed towards the pay station. She blocked me from leaving. Right? She was out of the way. She told me, go out. She pointed at the door. She wanted me to leave. And I said, okay, fine. I gave her all the stuff. And then I started walking out the door. Started to walk toward the door to go out. Then she stepped in my path, okay, as I was leaving, okay. She stepped in front of me and held her hand out and said, no, you're not going anywhere, and touched me. And she started screaming, assault, that I assaulted her. When I am the customer who she just rudely told, get the fuck out of the store, and had no, she didn't even ask, do you intend to pay for that stuff, for all that stuff that you're stealing in your cup? She never even asked me that. She didn't have the courtesy to even give me the benefit of the doubt. She said, I saw you put it in there, in your pocket, the roll of tape. And I said, yeah, it was halfway in. Uh-huh. Yeah, so it's hanging out. Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, I did do that because I don't have 8 hands. And I'm carrying all this other stuff. And I got plenty of money in my wallet. I don't care how much money you had in your wallet. Get out, thief. And I'm, again, I want to go. I'm trying to leave. She steps in my way. Assault, assault, assault. And then I'm just like, this is like fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. And she's in a bad mood, and you just happen to get in her way. And I was gone. Packed my stuff, gone. Then, about, I don't know, half an hour later, I got a black cop car right behind me. I mean, right behind. I can't even see him. Okay, but I do have a back camera. I can't see him in the mirrors, but I have a back camera so I can see him right there. Turns his lights on. Then turns his siren on. But I'm already trying to pull over, right? As I'm trying to pull over, he turns his siren on. But I'm already trying to get over, right? I'm moving in that direction. He can see I'm moving in that direction. Not only did he put his light on, he turned them on for like 30 seconds, and then he turned on his. Where? Like I'm being chased. Okay? So I was doing an L60. I had it on cruise control. Cruising. Sitting back. Sipping on gin and juice. But hey, I was cruising at 60 miles an hour. There's absolutely no reason he should have pulled me over. All right? Because I wasn't breaking any traffic rules. Okay? Why was he pulling me over? Right? Someone called in, said I assaulted them when they actually assaulted me. All I did was continue on my way out and avoid being illegally detained. Illegally detained. She wanted to block me so I couldn't move out there when I was already en route to the exit and in motion. And she got out of her way to go into my way to block me and put her hand out. And we both, I mean, I didn't stop walking. She didn't stop walking. Okay? So we collided. Okay? That's assault. I've assaulted her now. Okay? I assaulted her. And all I did was just continue to go out the door. I didn't hit her, push her, anything. I didn't strike her. Not even softly. Okay? And, you know, her getting up in my face is just the ultimate dig, you know? Like, I'm the man, not you. And I was like, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. I don't want nothing to do with this. I'm out of here. I've been a good boy. I've been a good boy all day long. All of a sudden now I'm the bad boy. I'm the bad guy. So anyway, go out, start my rig up, get out of there. 20 minutes later, I guess, I'm pulled over by what appears to be 3 sheriffs, at least 1 highway patrol guy. I think there was 2, but at least 1 highway patrol guy, and then like 2 or 3 or 4 Amarillo cops, and then a few other cops from some other area. I don't know where they were from. And they're all standing on my vehicle telling me, get out of the vehicle, get out of the vehicle. And I'm like, I was only doing 60 miles an hour, man. I wasn't even breaking the law. And they go, get out of the vehicle. We're telling you, get the hell out of the vehicle. And I went, well, you mind telling me why you stopped me? And nobody said a word. And then some other guy, like some sheriff guy, comes walking up, like 30 seconds later, and goes, he starts barking at me. You're under suspicion for an assault. And so you got to get out of the vehicle. You're being detained. And I went, am I under arrest? And he goes, no, but you're being detained. And you need to get out of the vehicle or we're going to come in and get you. And I said, but if I'm not under arrest, you know, I ain't going anywhere. He goes, look, you're being detained. You will leave the vehicle or we will come and get you. Last fucking call, boy. Like he said, this is the last time I'm telling you. The next time we're coming in to get you. And I said, look, okay, I'm coming, okay? I said, I got to get my, I'm just reaching right now for my insurance papers and my registration and my driver's license. And I didn't have my wallet on me. I just had those three items. And I said, I'm coming right out the door. And all of them, there's like a whole bunch of them. They're all looking at me. They all see my hands, and my hands are up. They're up like this. And I go, yeah, I'm going to get my papers, and I'll be right out, okay? And then I said, and I'm not armed, okay? And just because, you don't ever know. And they go, okay. And I get out, and he go, get up against the vehicle, turn around, put your hands on it. And I go, hey, I do not consent to any searches or seizures. And I have already invoked my Fifth Amendment rights, because as soon as he said you're going to be detained, I said, okay, right now, from here on forward, I said, right now, here on forward, I said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I said those words exactly. I said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's exactly what I told him. And he kept asking me questions, and I kept repeating those 9 words. And then instead of repeating those 9 words, I just said, I plead the Fifth. I plead the Fifth. And yes, every time they asked me a question, except for when they took me out of the vehicle and then cuffed me and stuffed me, right before they did that, I looked back and I said, I do not consent to any searches or seizures. You need a warrant. I didn't say you need a warrant, but I said I don't consent. I don't consent. So if they said, well, we're going to search your vehicle anyway. So they violated my Fourth Amendment right for illegal search, okay? They didn't have anything but somebody's word. They had no proof. They had no nothing. No policeman saw me do anything. Only a gender confused person who thinks she's a man, but she's a woman. Now, she's using her woman card, okay, because, oh, man hit me, a man hit me, okay, man. But she looks like a man. She's fat as hell. I'm way, way, way fatter than me. I'm way fatter than me. And she's the one that was aggressive, not me. She's the one that told me, get the hell out of the store. You're a thief. And I said, ma'am, you don't understand the law. And then I explained to her exactly the law. I said, if you're headed towards the cash registers, because you were put something in it, no matter, even if you're heading toward the cash registers, right? All your security people have to do is go, what about the stuff that's in your pocket? And then you can give him the benefit of the doubt. How many things was he carrying? I had so many things I couldn't carry everything. I had to put, and that's why it was leaning halfway out of my pocket. So, it's obvious I was trying to steal it. And then if you said anything, I was going to say, I got plenty of money to purchase this. And then she goes, I don't care how much money you have on you. I said, I was flabbergasted when she said that. So she said I was a thief. She didn't care how much money I had. And she wouldn't even listen at all. I said, I'm trying to juggle all this stuff up here. I got this hanging out halfway. So if anyone saw it, she didn't want to hear none of that. She said, She said, it's too late. You already stuck it in your pocket. You are a thief. The cops have been called, and you are going to jail. She said that. Mm-hmm. She said that. And I said, ma'am, you don't know. Yeah. I said, you don't know what's going on. You don't know the law. And as soon as I called her ma'am, she just flipped off. And as I was obeying her command, which was leave the store now, immediately, and I started making my way toward that door after I handed her all the stuff. She put the stuff down and put her stuff in my way, her whole body, and said, you ain't going anywhere. The cops are coming. She said, you're not going anywhere. The cops are being called, and you need to talk to them. And I went, I just started for the door again. She stood in my way. That's illegal detention. I don't care what you think. Okay, I know the law. Illegal detention. Okay, she had no right. She didn't know my intention. She had no way of knowing my intention. I was going to walk up to the lady and pay for everything except for something that was worth $4.99 in my pocket, which is already hanging out, right? So she could see it. And I had plenty of money to cover everything that I had put on the thing. There was I had cash. So that's what I have to deal with. I have to deal with these people. I think a civil rights lawsuit. Okay, when the cops stopped me, okay, and I invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, they're not supposed to ask me not even one single question without my lawyer being there. One cop asked me 5 different times how they were violating my civil rights by asking me how they were violating my civil rights. Okay, I just keep telling them, well, there's another violation. You're violating my civil rights. Well, how are we violating your civil rights? That's another question. And I'm supposed to question you without your lawyer being present. Doesn't matter what question it is. They're not supposed to ask you one single question without your lawyer present. This one guy did it 5 times, 6 times, almost 7 times. He was, and as he was doing that, other people were leading me away, asking me questions. The guy says, you're under arrest, turn around, put your hands behind your back, blah, 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 cuffs me up, puts the cuffs on tight, sticks me in the back of the fucking car. I know I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not freaked out. And I'm just sitting there. I just looked over at him and I go, you guys are really messing up right now. Just like that. I don't know if he wrote that down, but I did tell him that. I think because I know my rights. Inside my head, I'm saying, because I know I got you dead to the right. And I sure hope that, it's law that they have to have their vest cam or whatever they call it to keep them transparent. Well, anyway, I had told this guy, and then he comes up to me and goes, I know you've already told me that you're refusing to cooperate with us, but I'm gonna read you your rights, and there's 5 questions that I'm gonna have to ask you as I'm doing it. So every time I ask you a question, you have to acknowledge that you understand. Do you understand? So that was one more question. He violated my civil rights with that question. My attorney wasn't there. And I just looked at him and go, I plead the Fifth. He goes, okay, so you understand, don't you? And that's another question. And then he goes, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you in the court of law. Blah, 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 blah. He goes, you understand these rights? And I said, I plead the Fifth. He goes, okay, so you understand, right? And I go, I plead the Fifth. I never answered any of his questions. Not one. Not one. Then 20 minutes later, they came back, released me, said all I have to do is sign a trespass waiver, and that's it. They dropped all the charges. Assault charges. Now, they had the sheriff's department, 3 of them. They had the state patrol, at least 2 of them. They had sheriff. They had the Amarillo local police, 4 or 5 of them. And then they had whatever city those guys were from follow. I don't know. There were so many people there, I couldn't believe how many cops were there for this. With absolutely no video and only her word. And not a statement from me at all whatsoever. They arrested me, they cuffed me, violated my civil rights 50 times, and then nonchalantly let me go and think I'm not going to do a damn thing about it. And most lawyers, I called 2 of the it says civil attorneys, right? Well, we're small, we're too small, we don't want to have anything to do with something like that, because they don't want to fight for my civil rights, okay? They're a lawyer, stuck in the system, getting their rocks off. And so I want to hire a real lawyer to go after the girl because she illegally detained me. That's a felony. Illegal detention is a felony, not a misdemeanor. At least it is in Washington State. And filing a false police report, lying on a police report, saying that I assaulted her when in fact she assaulted me. I was on the way out the door with nothing in my hand that belonged to the store. And she went and took steps to get in my way, in my face, right? Okay, right before I go to the door, and she meets me, and so we collide because I'm going for the door and she's going for me. Okay, you're not going anywhere until the cops get here. And I'm like, you just told me to leave. I'm leaving. I've returned everything. I haven't broken the law. No. She's Mrs. Right. I'm Mr. Wrong. Okay? She's always right, and no one else is. And she knows all the laws. She doesn't know my intention. She didn't anyway. And if I had intended to steal the shit, I never would have made a break for the cash register instead of the door, which was right there. I could have gone out the door already. I could have already been out the door. All right? Then, well, that would have been shoplifting. But no, I had passed the door going to the cash register. She knew that, and she blocked me from doing that. And telling me, go, get out that way. Not to the register, go that way. So she knew what she was doing. She took the responsibility on herself. She falsified a police report. She stuck herself in my way, causing us to collide. I did not assault anyone. She assaulted me. She was the aggressor, not me. Okay? Then the police violated my civil rights. And I know that at least 3 or 4 of those guys had video cameras running the whole time. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see all of it, because you're going to see that everything I said is true and everything they all did was wrong, and everyone needs to learn from this. I already know, but the cops didn't know. They violated my civil rights all over the place. Especially that guy that just kept harping on me. How are we violating your civil rights? By asking you anything. And you already know. You already know that I invoked my 5th Amendment right to remain silent. Once you do that, your assumed immunity is gone. I don't know what they actually call it. Um, it's like you guys are immune, to the law. You can lie if you want, but if we lie to a pig, we go to jail. But if you pigs lie to us, it's okay. It's no problem. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And if you guys violate our civil rights, as long as it's not on camera, well, I guarantee you, a civil rights lawyer would have a field day. I mean, the judge is gonna see all these violations. If all these video cams, and if they show, they took me out of my vehicle, okay, just with the word of one person. All right, how many people witnessed me beating on this lady, assaulting her, hitting her, touching her, whatever? How many people? Not how many cameras. How many cameras saw it? 0. How many people? Besides her? 0. Besides her? None. It's her mouth against me. She told me I was a thief. I said, I'm not a thief. I said, I had it hanging out of my pocket. I'm going to pay for it right now. I got plenty of money. You should have heard her. I wish you know, but this is the way it is, okay? Life is this way. She got up on the wrong side of the bed, but she fucked with the wrong person.